Outside at the grill now with Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Great to see you.
Yes, you too. Good morning.
Good morning. It looks like we're doing some beef on the grill.
We are. Roasts.
You know what, I love that idea, because if you're entertaining and you don't have to, mess with 5 different steaks, you can just do one whole beef tenderloin.
Yes, the whole beef tenderloin. And the great part about beef tenderloin is it's also one of the lean cuts. So if you're worried about your calories and your cholesterol and stuff, this is a great cut to buy.
Beautiful.
Look how lean this is. Now, I asked for one whole beef tenderloin trimmed.
Okay.
So my butcher at my supermarket just trimmed it all up, took off the silver skin, and has it ready for me. So this is 3 to 4 pounds.
Okay, so that's going to serve quite a few people.
Serve a lot of people. And then we're going to serve this with a white wine cream sauce that we should start first, because we need to reduce our vinegar.
You bet. Okay,
we have rice vinegar.
We're using our side burner. I'm trying to get everybody. Most grills these days come with them. Use them. For years I had that there, never used it, and now I use it all the time, keeping it all outside. So this is a shallot, one shallot, which is a mild flavored onion. You find it next to the garlic. Okay.
The rice vinegar, about half a cup.
Rice wine vinegar.
Rice wine vinegar. So it's kind of different.
Okay.
Thyme and tarragon.
All right. Now, those go in now, the thyme?
Yes, those go in now.
All right.
So we're going to reduce that until the vinegar's almost evaporated.
Okay.
So I think you have your burner pretty close to high. We'll just keep an eye on it. It should take 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. This is going to get real concentrated, is what we're doing
yes,
here.
And the thyme and the tarragon are mimicked in the rub.
Oh, yum.
So it's going to be the rub on the roast, too.
Okay.
So what I've already done is I went ahead and I trimmed off this tail on the tenderloin. I like to cook that separately, because you want your tenderloin as uniform as a shape as you can get it.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you have this huge piece on the end, it won't cook through, and if you try and get this to 145, this is going to be 160.
Got it.
So I trim that off,
okay,
and then I take this little tail end and I fold it under.
Good idea. That way that'll cook evenly too. Perfect.
And then when I get my roast, I ask just for the meat string.
Okay.
And they usually will throw it in, no problem, with the tenderloin. And you're just going to tie this tail on, so it'll mimic one nice piece of roast.
Now, if you're having people over for a cookout, this is something that you can get done for sure the morning of, right? Tie it up,
yes.
get it rubbed, the
tie
seasoning
it up,
on there.
Rub it, put it in the refrigerator, and just have it sit and wait.
Now, I think people freak out about beef tenderloin because they're like, oh, it's expensive. But you get so much bang for your buck because there's not a lot of fat, and everybody doesn't need their own steak. You slice it up thin, a couple of slices, and you're good to go. And I always buy it when it's on sale. When they have those nice big ones on sale, that's the time to do it.
There is no waste on this, none at all. So, okay, I'm just gonna trim off my twine a little bit.
And why are you tying it up like that?
Mainly to keep the shape, other than to hold the tail in place.
Okay.
To keep the shape, so it looks prettier.
Okay.
We eat with our eyes.
Sure.
And so now for the rub, I have tarragon.
Okay.
About 2 tablespoons.
And just using the dried tarragon.
Dried tarragon. This all calls for dried. About 2 teaspoons of kosher salt.
Okay.
Rubbed sage, thyme, and then coarse black pepper.
Okay.
So I'm going to mix
and
this.
A lot of it. I mean, I think that's another thing when people, when it comes to grilling, they'll do a little bit of seasoning.
Yep.
And you know what? This is a big piece of meat. Generously season it, right?
Right. Now with the tenderloin, we rub it with extra virgin olive oil. So it's going to help our rub stick and also give it a little bit of fat. So give it some flavor.
And then
then sprinkle that.
Generously all over it, both sides.
Do it in a nice jelly roll pan so you can catch all your rub.
You bet.
And I will roll it for you.
Okay. And this may look like a lot, but it's a big piece of meat, so it's going to give it some great flavor.
It's going to make a nice coating, a nice crust too, because we're going to sear this on the grill. So I have my grill set for indirect heat. Okay, that's good, ready to go. Wipe my hands down really good.
I'm checking to see how our sauce is doing. This is pretty much evaporating, so should we add our...
We should add, not the cream yet, but chicken stock.
Okay.
Half a cup of dry white wine.
Okay.
And then we're going to let that reduce, keep it on high.
Okay.
For another 3-4 minutes.
Okay.
Keep an eye on it. And then we're going to add the heavy whipping cream. Ooh. So the grill, now for tenderloin, I have it set to indirect heat. So I have all 3 of these burners off.
Okay.
And I have these 2 over here on high.
Okay.
So I'm going to sear this on high.
Okay. So start it on, the smoking hot side, basically, like you'd sear a steak, when you go out to a restaurant.
So about 2 minutes, and I'm going to roll it. 2 minutes per each side. So I'm going to close her down.
Okay.
And then we're going to get rid of that.
Yep.
And then if our sauce is ready, we can add some cream to that.
No, and that's the other thing I wanted to mention, Ange, is that, you know, why not do some sort of a sauce when you're doing chicken, pork, or in this case, beef? It's easy and it dresses it up, and it, you know, it's that real wow factor. You know, if you're doing beef tenderloin, this is just a nice idea to do a little sauce along with it. Now at home, you want this to reduce down, you know, quite a bit more, correct? Yeah. A few minutes more, but we're going to speed it up because of TV. Got some heavy cream here.
Heavy cream, 1 pint.
I'm telling you, this recipe just keeps getting better and better, Ange.
Only thing I'm missing is bacon.
Yeah, we've got some of that on the asparagus. So a little bit of salt and pepper.
A little bit of salt and pepper.
And let this again to reduce down.
So after about 2 minutes, which we didn't wait that long, but we're going to just roll our tenderloin on the nice hot grill to sear it. And what that does is it makes a nice coating, keeps all your juices seared in. After you do that, so 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes,
okay,
you want to turn both side burners down to low.
Okay.
And then put your tenderloin right in the middle, and that's an indirect heat. So then it's going to kind of more bake it than grill it.
Sure.
And then use your instant read meat thermometer.
Okay.
Check it. This tenderloin, after you sear it, will only take about 30 minutes.
Okay, so it's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick. So you want an internal temperature of 145 degrees.
And that's if you want it nice and pink inside.
And pink.
And the ends, of course, are going to be for those people who like it a little bit more well done. You know, and there's always a few of those.
Right.
It's perfect. So you've got the end cuts, and that is the nice thing about doing a beef tenderloin, because you got something for everyone here.
So after you pull it off, let it rest.
Yes.
Tent it with foil.
Yes.
Very important. At least 15 minutes for a roast, even 20, 25. Let it cool down a little bit. This will taste good cold the next day. So if you let it rest 15 minutes, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
on salads.
We'll slice it.
Oh,
how are we doing
and
on time?
It's perfect. You're doing great.
I'm going to snip this little guy. Does look good.
This is gorgeous.
I got a tray right under the table right there, Amy.
You bet.
So we can plate him up.
And then
this
is our sauce.
Medallions. Yep, I got a sauce done.
Thickened up a little bit. It's the tarragon and herbs and that vinegar and white wine and chicken stock, and that's going to be great on the side.
In here.
To be drizzled right up. This is fancy. I'm loving this.
But it's easy fancy.
Wonderful. Recipe you can get on our website. You'll also, for people who don't have computers, you'll be happy to send it out to people.
Yes.
How do they do that?
1-800-728-BEEF, 2333. Give us a call and we'll mail the recipes free.
Wonderful. What are we making next time?
Prime rib on the grill.
This show keeps getting better and better. Stay with us. We'll be back.